Start really small with whatever you can. You just need a couple of people. If you make an impact, the whole thing will kind of blow up from there. The human utilities started just by me reading an article in The Atlantic that talked about how 100,000 people here in Detroit were about to have to live without running water, mostly because they couldn't afford it, and the city, instead of helping people, would just shut their water off. People having to collect water in rain barrels, senior citizens drinking from like water hoses of neighbors. These people were being denied this basic human right. I went to the water company's website. There was a nice little make a payment button. And so I clicked on that, and you could just make a one-time guest payment. That turned into us like on GitHub building a website that same night. When we first started, I was in the room by myself, and my co-founder was on the other side of the country. We just needed to have like a common space to put code for the site. The first time somebody actually like paid a bill was pretty crazy. It meant that people actually cared and wanted to do something for somebody else. That turned into like thousands of people signing up and saying, I want to give $5, I want to give $2,500. Detroit's a great city. It's a great city full of great people. The people that we help, they've been tied to this community for decades, but it's kind of like forgotten about them.
When that water bill come out and it said over $1,000-something, I said, wow, what do I do now?
Helen ended up in a nursing home for like 8 or 9 months. So she got home to this huge water bill because her toilet was running in the basement.
Tiffany assisted in giving me some help, and that was a life-saving thing to me.
We do have a long-term vision for this, to enact systemic change and affect policy and get this in front of people and say, water is a right as an American. I am Tiffany Ashley Bell, and I'm building the future of human rights.
Please welcome GitHub's Chief Strategy Officer, Julio Avalos.
Hello, good morning everybody. How's everyone feeling? Great. I'm not sure if we're the only developer conference that starts at 9 a.m., the crack of dawn in most engineers' time. But thank you all for coming, and thank you for coming to day 2 of Universe. I want to thank all of you for joining us.
I served overseas in Afghanistan, 2010 to 2011. The things that I think about when, I'm going through tough times. By going through this, have I helped make someone else successful? Have I helped contribute to something larger than myself? I had the luxury and the privilege of working with some of the finest, most dedicated people that I ever have. When I came home and talked to some of these folks, I saw that some of them were working minimum wage jobs, having a lot of trouble getting readjusted to civilian life. I've worked with these guys. I knew what their skills were. I knew what they could accomplish. I knew that what they needed was exactly what the tech industry needed too. Operation Code is a nonprofit, veteran-founded and led, that's focused on helping the military community learn software development and code the future.
I served in the Navy for 8 years when I stumbled upon the website online because I was looking for a way to learn to code. Immediately after signing up, Conrad reached out to me. He always saw there was potential there. He always made sure that I was pursuing what I wanted.
Our own website is on GitHub, and that's one of the first projects that we have people work on. When you see that, like, hey, I changed my name or I changed this color and it's live and it's up there, it's hard to overestimate how powerful that is.
We're working on changing a lot of the website right now. We collaborate using GitHub in order to solve the problems that come up.
We came together and created this project, working as a team to accomplish a greater mission via what you do with code. If you want to see a change come about in the world, there's never been a better time. I'm Conrad Holloman, and I'm helping build the future of civic service.
Thank you so much for joining us. Rachel and I are really excited to tell you the story about how GitHub and the Visual Studio Code team at Microsoft are collaborating to bring you a free, open source GitHub extension in VS Code. First, I'd like to introduce you to the team. From Microsoft, we have Rachel, Peng, Kai, and Kenneth. And from GitHub, we have Shauna, Ashi, and myself, Sarah. And if you're here at the open source repository, you can open up an issue here, or better yet, close one out and contribute. And you can also connect with us in other ways. We're on Twitter, and we also run usability research studies for all of our editor extensions, and we'd love to have you participate so that we can understand your unique developer workflow and see if we can better support it. So once again, if you're around Universe, feel free to stop by the VS Code booth up at the Microsoft section on the second floor. Find one of the 4 of us around and ask us questions. Engage with us on Twitter or join our repository. We'd love to see you there. Thank you.
Can start? Awesome, yeah. Thanks so much, guys. It's really great to be here, and it's great to be talking at GitHub Universe. I've been a GitHub user since grad school, and it's really great to be giving a talk here. So I work in AI, and then, before we talk about AI, I kind of want to share one story. So what you're seeing here is Sir Alexander Fleming. If you do Python 2, no problem. If you do Python 3, no problem. If you have different CUDA versions, no problem at all. And we really appreciate if you could try it out. Send feedback to us, send issues, basically say, hey, this is broken, can you figure it out? And together, I think we'll be able to build a much better AI ecosystem, both for research and for production use cases. You can find more information from the pytorch.org webpage, which hosts all these open source PyTorch contents, and from code.fe.com, where we regularly share news about what kind of new libraries we are pushing out, what kind of publications we are having, and we'd love to share as much information as we have with you as an open community. With that, that concludes my talk, and I really appreciate all the time, and it's great to be here talking about GitHub Universe. So thanks so much.
All right, well, I think we're about ready to get started. So, good afternoon. How is everyone this fine Wednesday afternoon? Right, we can do a lot better than that. Let me ask one more time. How is everyone this fine Wednesday afternoon? There we go. There we go. Well,